We are live. How's it going, everybody? It's another amazing announcement. For those of you who don't know, you're about to learn that our good friend Brian Salem has joined us at eXpRealty. What's going on, Al? What's going on, Brian? How you guys doing today?
Awesome. Happy Friday. The love's in the air today, huh?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even try to plan it this way, but yeah, happy Valentine's to all you lovers out there.
That's right.
Good stuff, man. Well, hey, I'm doing great. It's Friday. You know that day's for me. My Valentine is Angelo's Pizza. That's what I'm going to be visiting tonight, and looking forward to the weekend. But the real news here is that our friend Brian Salem, man, you're a very well respected person in our real estate world over here on the west side of Cleveland suburbs. Give us a little idea of just who is Brian Salem, when you got started, because you and I have known each other for years. We've masterminded together, had lunches and bounced ideas off. And you've just been a great friend and a great professional to be able to, watch you grow from, a single individual agent to now you're a mega team selling hundreds of houses and everything. Tell us just a little bit about you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So in the story, I tell a lot of people, like, how did you get started and what did you do? Like, I'm like a first generational Clevelander. I moved to Cleveland until 2001. It was after college. Got really understood the corporate world was not for me. I'm very organized and very structured, but having too many people above me saying what to do, it just did not work out for the corporate career. So I got my real estate license in 2002. So this is like going on 18 years, which is crazy. And I think I knew about 5 people when I moved to Cleveland, and it was people I graduated from Bowling Green that happened to, be from Cleveland. So I kind of started not, knowing anyone, not from here, didn't have parents who had a real estate business in the Cleveland, market. So it was just a lot of hard work and hustle to just get it started. And then, through the years developed and, started as a solo agent, got some assistance. At the time, teams were not even a concept in Cleveland. And, read a book by Gary Keller at the time, 10 years ago, and kind of turned me on to, hey, this could be a great life and a great business. And you just got to surround yourself with the right people, build them up, grow them. And so that's kind of where the Salem team was born, which was about, truly about 10 years ago. And then to where we're at sort of, today and here at eXp, which we couldn't be more excited.
That's awesome, man. I love it. Yeah. Jay, you got a chance to meet Brian when you came in for Rock and Rescue, right?
Right. Yeah, I did. And, one of the first thing that I learned about Brian was that he's a brilliant marketer and, somebody that has invested in video and doing things at a much higher level, which is always something to respect when you're in real estate. And so if you don't follow Brian and you haven't seen some of his stuff, you definitely should follow him on Instagram and take a look at what he's doing. So just my first impression was just a top class guy, just a top class dude. And, it's awesome. One of the things that you mentioned, Brian, being aligned with the right people, being around the right people. And I think, the biggest opportunity that, really the most amazing thing that eXp Opportunities created is the ability for people like us to work together and get to, share and open that playbook and the things that we're doing to be successful. And that's just it's a special thing when a lot of great people get to work together and in alignment like that.
And that was one of many things, because about, I think it was 7 or 8 years ago, someone on my team at the time had actually introduced me from afar to you and Mike about, man, we got to follow these guys. We got to get them as coaches. Like, they know their shit and they're real. They're selling. They're not just make believe we're a coach, we're this, we're that. So I actually started, following and studying you guys. But to have now this opportunity for this to even do what we're doing right now in that alignment. And for me, it's kind of, I'd say, a little bit more of a realignment and readjustment. We couldn't be more excited because before we were paying quite a bit of money to in this together. And as an industry, we're all in this together. But when you want to grow and expand, the model that eXp provided and had shown us to get to that next level is what we're excited about.
Yeah, and I mean, just for everyone out there that knows, this is a guy who is not a brokerage jumper. He's been with the same company for what I think over 10 years.
Yeah,
and it was not an easy decision. In fact, we've been talking for a little while here, and you didn't, like Keller Williams. You loved Keller Williams,
right?
And I'll tell you, that video that you put out, it was just a class act video. In fact, I don't think I've seen a better video production than what you did. Again, just classy. That is.
Yeah, thank you.
Salem. When I think of Brian Salem and Jackie, we'd be remiss not to mention your lovely, amazing wife, who
she's right down the hall here on Valentine's Day.
I know
bring her in real quick. They're helping put our last couple pieces of furniture together, and I think they ordered some pizza too while they're doing it. So
pizza going. But what I'm getting at is that's not who it's not like you've been at two companies your entire career,
right?
And why would you leave the company that you loved and open up your own office and move and change to our platform and the eXp?
So that's a great question. When I look back 10 years ago, I mean, you're right. I mean, I didn't like Keller Williams. I love Keller Williams. I would not be here today as what I was a 20-some-year-old without sort of that guidance. But and that guidance came from me sort of just stumbling upon his book. I mean, he wasn't even in Cleveland. A lot of people have copied it. A lot of people kind of obviously understand sort of, the real estate team. What I really respected with Glenn and sort of what he did is just really, it's a lot more proactive future thinking of where the real estate market in our industry is going. And there's a lot of brokers out there that are a lot more reactionary. So getting kind of aligned sort of with that sort of forethought and the technology, aspect to it is something that, is, I think, extremely important and inspirational, that his vision and knowledge about where the future is going was a component to it. The other is, I mean, again, Keller kind of got me to where I'm at today, but I need something now to get to sort of that next level and that next phase. And so really both from a growth and expansion, standpoint, obviously the alignment with the two of you that are on today and other people I've gotten introduced to already, that just sort of everyone working as, and that whole one big fire, I mean, is real. And that knowledge and that network and just being around people with that mindset and attitude is what we feel will get us and propel to that next level. So going from a 40 million to 50 million, 60 million, and to be able to expand and grow agents in ways that we've not been able to do before.
Love it.
No doubt.
Yeah. And I mean, Jay talks about it all the time too, just with the financial alignment piece, and not to make that a generalized word alignment, but specifically the alignment of your agents who are already selling houses. You've only been here about a week and a half or so, and you're already putting stuff in pending and selling homes. With those sales, they are now owners of share, and they have equity in this company. And Jay, you said it brilliantly that just there's when you combine the revenue share and even sometimes just forget about the revenue share for a minute, but look at just the alignment of that ownership, it changes the behavior of how people act. And you want to touch on that a little, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's I've told a story a number of times, of when I went to the shareholders, meeting for Berkshire Hathaway, and as old as Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, they're still quite brilliant. And they were just talking about, somebody in the audience had mentioned Wells Fargo. They talked about the problems that they had at the time, which was these fake accounts that were getting created, and Buffett was just answering the question. No, you could tell there wasn't any, he didn't have to think about his answer. He had a very simple filter that he runs things through. And the first question that he said, we're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Wells Fargo is a great company. They've been around for 100 plus years. But what we're going to look at is, there's obviously, some misalignment that created the behavior that caused that. And it was a misalignment in compensation. And what I picked up from that was that his go-to move is anytime, he's looking at a company and a business model or anything that's not worked at the optimum, he's looking at what is the alignment and compensation. And that's just it's a very small amount that that you have to pay into EXP, but because of the structure, the structure of revenue share and the fact that you can bring on more agents and earn multiple levels of revenue share, it makes it a much bigger opportunity than just that little bit of that that you're having to pay in to EXP in your cap. So it's not a whole lot of money, but it changes behavior. It changes whether people answer their phone when you call them. It changes whether they share something or they keep it to themselves. That's just been, when you get a culture, an entire culture of an entire company that's doing that, it's not just us in our group, which is a super powerful group, obviously, but it's everyone in the company is giving and sharing, and they're running ads on Facebook and sharing their results and what's working. And there's no fear of, okay, somebody else is going to do this and, it's not going to work for me anymore. It's just it's a special, once you're in it and and you've experienced it, you would never want to go back to, a culture that wasn't like that. And then, when you take the kind of people that are all in this abundant thinking, abundance having individuals that are, super powerful, have done a tremendous amount of business. It is a special thing to be a part of. I pinch myself just about every week that I get to do this and be in business with people like you, Brian. It's just, it's truly an honor.
I appreciate that. And even an example earlier this week, agent putting his first deal in with the EXP. He's like, oh, I can't wait to get the stock incentive. And, it's a lot of little things that really have created like just a tremendous value and opportunity to the people, and the agents that I have, on the team. Cause I didn't force them, but I strongly suggested even them taking the 5%, like that's not even an option anywhere. And for them to be able to have that opportunity now, that makes those are the things that make them
heck yeah.
Excited. So
I'm glad you brought that up because we probably don't talk about it enough, but like the first box that has to be checked if you're going to move to EXP or move anywhere for that matter is it's got to be better for your agents. And if it's not better for your agents, then it's probably not better for you. And that's that's a really important piece of the puzzle. And I growing up in real estate, I barely saved enough to pay my taxes and much less for the future, right? Like that's a challenge that every real estate agent is facing. And if you're going to spend a career or have a career in real estate, at least having, a mechanism for kind of automatically purchasing the stock at a discount that, some point in the future, you'll have an asset that's, that's yours that, because of this company creating that one little thing could be the difference in someone being able to retire at some point versus, not being prepared to ever be able to do that. And I just think that's a, little small thing, but it sure is huge.
But it's all real. And it is all those things combined. And, from what I look at and, we've been probably talking for 2 years. And a gentleman named Mike Gravaya, who brought me to Keller Williams, would probably say the same thing. Man, it took me 2 years to get Brian and the team he had then, from that broker to, Keller Williams. So, for me, it all starts with the team. It's all about them first. And I would say actually our client experience first. And that, for those who hadn't seen the video, something we're extremely passionate about is, and what we feel now with this alignment, it's all about the client experience. So having a better client experience, having a better agent experience, having a better life experience, having a better like human interaction experience. That's what we think this is all in more, here at eXp.
Yeah. And I think like, the three of us, I think can safely say this, and maybe not everybody listening, but, we go through phases of our career as we grow our real estate company or our business. And, we all start out as single agents, at least most of us do. And as we go forward, it starts to become not about how many houses can I sell this year or how many houses can I sell next year. There comes a point in a phase where we go from that to how many people can I help? How many agents can I help grow their business? And I think, obviously Jay and I, we're there, and you maybe, I feel like, you're obviously you're not going to stop selling houses, and neither have I, but you come to that phase where your fulfillment comes from helping other people. Right before we were on this broadcast, you were on the phone with me talking about when you can get plugged in and start teaching some classes to the agents that we do, here in Cleveland. We do a live, we do live trainings every single month, and we committed to that. And we committed to that for our community, our real estate agent community, not eXp, but just the community as a whole. And I was super excited that you want to get involved in in that. Because
and that's something I've been doing for like really the past year. I think I'm looking and seeking in someone, you told me about opportunities. I mean, opportunities might fall in your lap, but until you go actually seek them out and take advantage of them, they don't really mean anything. And so, getting the team to the foundation that we're at, this sort of next phase, and is a pillar that was important to me of opportunity, is giving back and, getting our industry as a whole, certainly starting with, Cleveland here locally, just the more professionalism, getting agents to a higher standard, giving that client experience, to the level that it needs to be. And it's a very important topic and subject that, that I'm very, passionate about, and be able to have these, I guess, opportunities, if you will, and platforms to be able to, help others, is extremely important, to me. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it on my phone, because I'm actually working on a space upstairs, which I don't even know if I told you, that I haven't put it out there yet, but I'm trying, I have this sort of vision of kind of creating like this cross-brand agent and media collaboration space. Like, we just need more of that in our industry, but again, specifically here in Cleveland, to where we can all just come together and be better and do more for each other and for, the clients that we serve. So I don't know if you'll be able to, this is just kind of a rendering here, if I could pull it up, but kind of creating this space, where we could just kind of all come together. It's actually in the same building that we're at, to where we can all just, again, come together, mastermind, do more, be more, and just be, better professionals.
Love that. Yeah,
his space is really cool, Jay. Him and Jackie nailed it on their storefront space. It's in Avon, Ohio, on the corner of Jaycox and Detroit Road. And I think you're going to be doing a little open house there pretty soon, Brian, right?
So I'll see if Jackie wanted to pop in. Yeah, we're in Avon, about a mile from where we were before, but it's a brand new building. We're extremely excited. I got to give pretty much all the credit to Jackie for the build out, the design, the phone calls. We are looking to do kind of a grand opening here soon, but it's Jaycox in Detroit. It's a storefront, and then the space above, which is, it's got like 25-foot vaulted ceilings. And again, just kind of, it would be more of a collaborative space. I hope that answered your question. Sorry, I stepped up.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah. And if anyone out there, wants to ask Brian, which would be an obvious burning question, a little deeper than what we're talking about today, of why he made the change, or if you're potentially interested in partnering with Brian, just give him a text at 216-244-2549. Also, Brian, how do they follow you on Instagram? You got it. If you don't follow this guy on Instagram, you've got to, because he really nails the whole storyline. I love following the story. Really do a great job.
And that gets huge shout out to Derek and Michelle. Derek's with C-Town Media, is our videographer. Again, here's what's interesting. Like, I have ideas, Michelle, our marketing has ideas, Derek has ideas, Jackie has ideas. When you just all work together and collaborate, when you see the finished product, which that video was not me. It was a collaborative effort to even get that video to where it was. And of course, the participation and stuff like that. But everything, Instagram is all at the Salem team. So Instagram at the Salem team, Facebook at the Salem team. And I appreciate that. We put a lot into those, and this is what shows people like, how did you start with that? Why? It's, again, we got to have some fun. We got to be creative. And when you just get complacent, you stop growing. And so, I mean, our clients love it. Our agents love it. I know kind of in Cleveland, our industries kind of loved it. Just to have some fun with it. You just to be able to be yourself, because for a lot of years, I know a lot of people's like, dude, you're like a robot. You come in, you work, you do your shit and you leave. And I'm like, but people, then they don't really know me and kind of my personality, which is kind of how it really evolved. Because I think the clients get to know me because I see them on a more, closer level. And so a couple years, I think it was 2 years ago, I was talking with Derek. He's like, dude, let's just share our story. Like, we as agents do a lot of things. We give back. And if people don't know our message, what we're trying, but I think people just kind of see kind of who we are as people, who we are as, parents or husbands or wives, as agents, as experts, as professionals. And so we just obviously try to, encompass all that of what we do on a, daily basis.
Yeah, we put it up there on that banner. If anyone wanted the correct spelling, I hope I spelled it right. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to check them out on Instagram for sure. So awesome, man. Well, we are super honored to link arms with you and partner with you. You are.
I'm gonna say hi real quick. We're getting ready to
Jackie.
Oh my gosh.
Jackie.
There she is.
Hi, happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey.
I need a filter for this.
No, you look great.
We don't have all the fancy lighting just yet.
How you guys doing?
New office. Congratulations on the new space. Congratulations on the welcome to EXP.
Oh my God, it's been awesome so far. And I can't say enough about the whole transition team. Tracy, Tyler, everybody has been so amazing. It's a lot to move over, but they just made it so easy. So thank you guys so much.
That's awesome.
Especially being a honey badger here. We have a lot of resources available to us that are very unique. So it's been awesome. And really everybody's followed up and has helped us get on board. And I really don't think we've missed a beat at all. So thank you guys.
Very cool.
Well,
Awesome.
a lot of that's you because you're Johnny on the spot with every one of those emails and you're just on it. So it's definitely a team effort, but we're just happy to have you guys aboard.
We're excited.
Honey Badger Nation.
Right on.
Yeah. Good to see you guys.
Awesome.
Good to see you.
Bye.
Great. Well, again, if you want to reach out to Brian 216, it's that 216.
216, the CLE.
That's it.
See, I feel like I could say it. It's been almost 19 years. I can say that now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You burned it.
Absolutely. So yeah, actually in Sunday is 216.
Yeah.
216 Sunday. Yeah. So reach out to Brian, follow him on Instagram, reach out to him on Instagram, and appreciate you having us on, Jay. Thank you for taking
thank
the
you.
time. And
Appreciate you guys.
reach out.
All right.
We'll see you at the top.
From the top.
See ya.
See you guys.